Carried. Good. So, right. John, is it? Yeah, we'll do number 15 and then we'll have lunch. That'll be great. Community Support and Partnerships Unit, Activity Report. I'm clear.
Thank you for the opportunity to present our inaugural Community Support and Partnerships Report. We haven't reported in this format before. The report primarily covers the period Jan to June 2024, although some of the statistical information in the highlights relates to the entire financial year. Due to the topical nature of our work, we will be reporting back to Council twice yearly, so the next report is due in February. In between that times, you tend to hear from us reasonably regularly. Community board reports, funding, and so forth are examples. The February 2025 report will include our emergency management functions. It will also provide a greater focus on community resilience outcomes, which were emphasised in the as a requirement in the recent long-term plan. However, in the meantime, we will be discussing issues such as AF8 and tsunami planning with the council. As this is our first unit report, in this format, we're really keen to receive feedback from elected members so we can make changes and make the most use of this opportunity. And I must say, reviewing some of the reports, like the previous one, I rather liked the format. We had intended to show a brief video that would allow the communities we work with some visibility, and that councillors could see and hear those communities talking on their own behalf. However, technology has not allowed us to do this, so we're going to pop the video on the big tin can where councillors can see those communities report back themselves. So in terms of today, we would like you to take the report as read, have Claire Appleby-Phillips and a really good cross-section of familiar faces on the unit that are here to answer any questions that you may have. Your Worship, over to you.
Right. We have two. Councillor Templeton, Councillor Harrison.
Thanks so much for that. Yeah, good report. I might have some more reflections later, and if I do, I'll flick them through. But
appreciate that.
I'm really interested in the that community resilience planning, especially for emergency situations, crises such as tsunami evacuation. And it's been an ongoing issue that we haven't really made much traction on. I know that a year or two ago we were told that there were two specific positions from within the team that were open for people to be working with communities on those. I think the level of service says 32 plans a year. Which is a lot of community groups to be working with every year to develop plans, and I'm not quite sure that 32 is the right number. But I'm wondering if we could have a measure on how many plans we do with our communities so that we can monitor that. Because I can't see how you would do 32 community resilience plans with different community groups in a year.
The answer is yes, you can. We report monthly in the performance report. I'll refresh ourselves of the current status and maybe provide an update, but we'll certainly take that feedback. And we will be discussing this issue with council in terms of tsunami planning, which is hopefully coming to council before February. They otherwise will treat it front of mind in the February report.
Yeah, I think it's something that we've had ongoing issues with.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and I think that maybe the definition of what a community resilience plan or an evacuation plan is might be different between, in my head to your head, for example, if we're getting through 32 of them a year. Because I think the expectations might be different.
Accepted. Thank you.
Harry?
Kia ora, John. Kia ora, Claire. It's really cool to see you come in and present this. There's so much going on in the city. I've got a couple of questions. The first one is around funding. And I think a wee while ago, Gary might have to come to the table with this one. A wee while ago, we were talking about potential restructuring, making it easier for the community to come in and apply for it. And one of the propositions I had was creating a seasonal fund, aka there's strengthening communities in 2 tranches. I'm just wanting to see when that review is going to be coming up, Gary?
Yep.
For council to be able to consider.
Yep. So we've got a new funding platform that we are hoping to. I'm looking at Matt Bolt, who's leading that at the moment. Hoping to have that up and running within the next 8 weeks if we can. That's sort of the chicken before the egg, in a sense. Once we've got that, the review. Look, we will try and have it completed before Strengthening Communities opens next year, which is in March. There's quite a bit to do, but certainly we've got that down as a point of the review to have a look at that option. I understand, so there was a 2-tranche thing. That's the way I've read it. That's the way we've noted it. Yep. Cool. So it's there.
There were some other small nitty-gritty things, but I think our community boards actioned it before the rest of the city will. One of them was barbecue with your neighbours, obviously it being all the way to the end of that financial year instead of having it in a small part. It's just nitty-gritty changes. I'm wondering.
Yeah, I think on that one, when the idea came up, we'd already started through the process for this year. But certainly the governance teams, when I spoke to them about it, liked the idea of being able to do it. It's just to reset it all at once at the same time because we advertise it.
Makes sense. Yeah. The next question is around community engagement. And we get an opportunity, or they get an opportunity for 5 minutes before a monthly council meeting. And I feel like it doesn't quite give effect to the work that they're doing. Is there, what are the other current pieces that we can utilise, current tools we can utilise to get more eyes on the community and actually getting them to come and present their issues to us outside of community board deputations, which is 5 minutes, and then council deputations, which is 5 minutes.
Can I just so although it won't directly affect it, Councillor Johansson came up with a great idea from funding around having a night where everyone that we fund to come. So although it's a mix and mingle type thing, there is an opportunity there, but it's a good point for us to think about how we get it. There is a lot of them, I guess, and that's some of the question of time. Yep.
No, that's good to know.
Community boards have to be the first port of call. They're the best place to start.
But at a metro level, like City Mission, for example, it's really difficult for 5 minutes to cram in a year's worth of work. And that's the sort of issue I'm having. And there's something that we used to do, which we're not doing now. We probably won't do it until the next election, but just wanted to see what else was up there.
Councillor, we're also looking at the idea of working through, at a metro level, through portfolio groups. We have youth, we have multicultural, we have Councillor Kewen's accessibility. There have been a couple more added now, arts and culture and sport and recreation. They also provide metropolitan opportunities for engagement. So we're looking what we can do in those areas and try to put a lot more traffic through there. So there's another opportunity that we'd like to use.
Great. And if last one is, if we're able to get permission to share that video on our socials, that'd be great if we're allowed to just tell the world how awesome our communities are.
We better check with some of the people we
please.
filmed.
Just another one.
Oh, they have been, yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thank you very much. So we have a mover and seconder. I'll put that motion. Oh, sorry, Pauline, you had one.
Did want to ask something just on 5.7. I see that, and that is page 203, that you the council supports groups that are fundraising for different capital works, including the hydrotherapy pool. I was wondering how that's going. Are they still making progress with that? That's the Buy a Bubble campaign, is it?
Come on, Gary, back to the table.
Oh, Gary, welcome back.
So I actually think the Mayor has sort of I think you mentioned the finances this morning, about 100.
I know, we're just going forward on how's the campaign going?
To raise the money.
Is it still in progress?
Yes, it is still in progress, and it is slow going like everyone is feeling at the moment.
It's hard times, isn't it?
It is a hard time.
But it's interesting. I'm just really supportive that the council walks alongside these people to help support their fundraising. I think it's really something to note.
Yeah,
It's a valuable intervention.
we're very lucky to have Rose and their team who's had some experience with us, and so
No, it's good.
the team's been great.
It's really good. Thank you.
And lastly, before lunch, Councillor Johansson.
Yeah, I was interested in the community facilities aspect. We got shown of solar going on the Martiki building in Hornby, which is great. But when we tried to get it for Liverpool, we were told that we weren't able to. So I know in the past we've asked if we could have like a policy around sustainability. Also, when we upgraded the Bromley Community Centre, for example, I was told we didn't have the budget for sustainability features. So I'm just trying to understand, is there a policy around our buildings when we do like community facility renewals or new builds around what we do in terms of sustainability? And how do we ensure that it's consistent across the portfolio?
As we do renewals, we pick up, we're always looking for sustainable measures. The renewals are very often things like lights and changing that, and so things are energy efficient. As we're looking to build new buildings, we've got a couple of new ones that we're looking to build. We'll be looking to build them in as an efficient and sustainable way as we possibly can do.
Brilliant.
We're not, this isn't a huge built portfolio, but where we do participate in facility projects such as Omakihi, the South Library, sustainability, efficiency are part of the design process and are considered.
So now we've got budget in place to put sustainability features in.
Well, it really depends on the project and the justification. What I'm saying is they are considered, they are part of the design process, and where appropriate and affordable, they're put in.
Very lastly is Councillor Peters.
Excellent. Hey, I just wanted to pick up on Councillor Cotter's about the fundraising with Matatiki and the buyer bubble and everything. And I'd like to really thank your team. They've been really engaged with the Rotary and Resident Association and helped a lot with that fundraising process. So thank you very much for your help with that.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Peters. That's very gracious.
Have I put that? No? Yes, that's right. I'm putting it. And we've got mover and seconder. All of those in favour? Aye. Against? Thank you. That's carried. See you at 2:00.